All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Working through some technical difficulties here. I'm on the road with my trusty sidekick. My trusty sidekick, Chris Wilder, over here trying to help me on the camera. And we are working through some exhibition matches here on GMP's YouTube page. Live here inside of the Choctaw High School Gymnasium. I am Sean Silvis, and we are covering the Guthrie duel. Looks like the Choctaw Yellowjackets are taking on the Guthrie Bluejays. And we are in an exhibition match here. Now, I'm going to try to catch up to the score as we get moving. But in the meantime, bear with us as we finish working through some audio. After the conclusion of these junior high, this is a junior high, I believe high school perhaps, exhibition match. We're going to have the junior high and girls going simultaneously, so we'll try to take care of that coverage and catch matches back and forth. And we'll try to entertain you tonight with what is bound to be an exciting duel here in Choctaw. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Kind of bouncing back and forth between, but the junior high is now running some exhibition matches as well. I'm going to jump back and forth here, try to keep up with things as we try to work through some of these score clocks. Currently on the match you guys are watching. Now, they are working on two different mats, so Chris and I are going to bounce around here and try to keep up the best that we can. But it looks like they're going to run two mats here, at least for the exhibitions and the junior high / girls. They'll go after these exhibitions are over. And then the high school will go on one mat. So they're going to try to get as much done here in the quickest amount of time and then save it all for the duel that's going to start at 7 o'clock for the high school. So if you're tuning in, we've got about another hour before the high school starts, but they're going to get through some exhibition matches. And then we are going to go into the high school duel. Moving back over here to mat number 2. Looks like we've got the Guthrie wrestler on top. Choctaw is on bottom. We are in the second period of this matchup. Second period of this matchup. Choctaw's going to go down. Guthrie's on top. Guthrie wrestler was pushing really well on top, trying to keep some pressure. He's got a deep, tight waist to start. And he's grinding pretty good with his feet, keeping his arms behind. Choctaw wrestler doing a good job basing up. Good pressure here from the Guthrie guy on top as Choctaw is now stuck on bottom, reaches back. Guthrie goes for the half, not able to get it, but he's back on it again. Choctaw wise, now he's sitting through, trying to base up. Some good pressure here on top. This is a young junior high wrestler with a nice half. Grind it on top. Choctaw's down on bottom, doing a good job of staying on his base. He's sitting away from that half, keeping his arm down, making it hard for the Guthrie wrestler on top to get many points. But grinding him down and pushing him down, he is. Still going for that half. Now he's got his body twisted. Got him over for a 3 count. There's 4 and there's 5. That's going to be 3 near fall. So 2 points takedown for Guthrie, plus the 3 near falls. Current score is 5-0 in the second period. Guthrie going for the pin here. Choctaw down here on bottom trying their best. Keep that shoulder up. Make this match last a little bit longer. Here on the edge of the mat. Referee's walking away, but it looks like Guthrie's going for the pin here. As the time comes to a conclusion, Guthrie is up 5. Guthrie is up 5-0. Going into the third period. Back on their feet, Choctaw chooses neutral. Didn't like his chances there on bottom the last time, so Guthrie with a snap down. All the way to his back, Choctaw goes. Guthrie gets 2 for the takedown. Now he's got a cross-face forearm. He's going to try to tip him over here. Not able to secure the back points yet. There they are. He settles in with a reverse half. Trying to pull him back and get chest to chest. If he can, Choctaw's going to be in trouble here. As he tries to go over top, perhaps he's going to try to hook those legs in. Choctaw's fighting hard here. Choctaw's fighting real hard, trying to keep off his back. Guthrie's doing a nice job of just staying square on top. Now he's completely on top, switch to the other side, and he gets the fall. That's a fall for the Guthrie wrestler about halfway through this third period. Nice job, nice work on bottom there. Well, we've got a brief moment here. I'd like to tell you guys, so we are currently running through the exhibition matches for the night. After the exhibitions are over, we're going to get the girls going, I believe, on mat number 1. On mat number 2, the junior high is going to run their duel. After their duel is complete, the high school will go. Now, I do believe it's going to be a short duel tonight for the junior high. Many of the upper weights are missing. We've got a couple of wrestlers that are injured, beat up from the weekend of wrestling. So I don't think they're going to compete tonight. But hopefully we can make it an interesting duel for you guys. Nonetheless, I know the high school duel looks like the only weight going to be missing at the high school duel is 106. Guthrie does not have a 6-pounder. They have not had one all year, so after that, we'll get to wrestling there. So we're going to take our first timeout of the evening here in just a second, and we will resume once we come back. This break is brought to you by F&M Bank.
F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services, mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. Life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back as we are fixing to head into the junior high duel. Referee is over there explaining rules and whatnot to these athletes, trying to get that taken care of. We'll do a quick recap of the evening, if you were not tuning in earlier, we're running through some exhibition matches. Choctaw was gracious enough to try to match up as many wrestlers as they could with the Guthrie wrestlers that maybe aren't going to get too much mat time tonight, trying to make all these athletes better and Oklahoma wrestling better in general. So that's nice to see. They got 2 mats rolled out here, trying to get as many matchups as they can. Now, the girls, I believe, have a few matches. They're going to wrestle on mat 1, and the junior high will also have some matches. Actually going to duel each other here in just a minute. And once that duel is complete, they're going to take one of the mats down. They're going to slide them and center them up under the light. And then we're going to have a rock star duel for the high school. Should be a good matchup. Choctaw versus the Choctaw Yellowjackets versus the Guthrie Bluejays is what we are fixing to do here. Want to thank Choctaw for being wonderful hosts. They helped me get all set up here, and I do appreciate that. Now, those of you guys that are used to the GMP Network coming with a 6-man crew and 3 cameras and instant replays and all the good stuff, don't have as good of a crew tonight. We just got a skeleton crew. Myself, I am Sean Silvas. I am here doing the commentating and trying to keep up with the scoreboard. And my good friend Chris Wilder is trying his hand tonight on the camera. So he's going to run the camera for us tonight. And we will hopefully be able to give you guys some good live coverage here of this duel in Choctaw. The Choctaw Yellowjackets are hosting the Guthrie Bluejays as we get ready for the junior high to kick off here shortly. I'm going to take one more commercial break while we've got a chance to get that in. And that break is going to be brought to you by F&M Bank.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
There's one big difference between Vance Auto Group and the other dealers: transparency. We show all the discounts and rebates on our website long before you arrive. See your monthly payment, your current vehicle's value, Carfax, and everything about the vehicle you're interested in buying. You can even buy any vehicle, new or pre-owned, without leaving home, right from our website. Buy with transparency at the John Vance Auto Group.
John Vance Auto Group.
All right, folks, we are back and we are live, just trying to finish up. A little bit of a break here. There is one match on mat number 1 that is finishing up wrestling. We've got a couple of younger guys out here entertaining the crowd for the night. And then we will get our junior high duel started. The Choctaw Yellowjackets are hosting the Guthrie Bluejays. And second duel for the Blue Jays of the season. We will get things underway here shortly. The referees are done meeting with the athletes. Looks like we are going to put on one more match. And we're going to go ahead and let that match play. I'm going to finish up a few more housekeeping things here while those kids wrestle, and then we will be back shortly. I would like to take this time to thank some of our booster sponsors that have been so gracious in helping the Guthrie wrestling program advance to where we're trying to get. These boosters do all kinds of great things, including sponsoring these boys, which all of that goes towards helping these guys with all the gear they're going to need to wrestle with. You're talking singlets and headgears, and I believe they got new warm-ups this year. The junior high got some new singlets that they're going to support tonight. This will be the first time they brought them out. They're going to look sharp. Also, all the food and meals on the road, the travel expenses, the hotels it's going to take. I know they're going to use their first hotel points this weekend as they go to Duncan, at least the high school will, so that's nice. But want to give a special shout-out and a thanks to Dr. Don's Chiropractic Center. Dr. Don's been on board for quite some time, and she's always been such help, both financially and just support. The Carey Electric, the Carey family is just wrestling heavy, and we appreciate all their contributions, including their sons, who will be wrestling tonight as well. Second Banana Media, which is the network that is bringing you all of the good gadgets and stuff here tonight. We appreciate all the guys at Second Banana Media and Chris Evans and all those guys and their podcast network. Grace Construction, awesome wrestling supporters again this year. We thank them so much for what they're doing for our program. Be Well Acupuncture is on board this year, and we thank them for their sponsorship. We really do appreciate that. Mosquito and Pest Authority, I know Ronnie Phillips has done a wonderful job as with the baseball program. He's doing an awesome job with Second Banana Media and those guys there and his company. We appreciate him and his wife and just the support of their family. I know all three of their boys are wrestling, so we do appreciate Mosquito and Pest Authority. KO Property Development is on board this year as well, and we thank them for sponsoring our boys and our girls. We've got some girls out here wrestling tonight too, trying to build that girls program, and all of these sponsors and all this support sure does help that process. Nelson Monument Company. The Nelson family has been huge supporters of wrestling. They have been sponsors of this team for so many years, and the Nelson boys all wrestled, and Asa Nelson, one of our dear friends, started our Little League program. Asa, we really appreciate all that you've done for our program and for sponsoring the team again this year. And then Topco Cabinets and Countertops. Topco has a vested interest, both financially, but also they've got some grandsons wrestling there. So we do appreciate Topco Cabinets and Countertops for sponsoring us this year. Those are our gold level sponsors, and we'll give them some more shout-outs tonight. We really do appreciate what they are doing for our program this year. As we are moving into the duel, they've got some, I would say some festivities, but it looks like the Yellowjacket junior high team is coming in here. Looks like their girls are also going to come in. I had my mats incorrect. It looks like the girls are going to wrestle on mat number 2, which is to my right. And then the boys are going to be wrestling on mat number 1, which is to my left over here. And the junior high will be. Looks like the junior high boys have come out. And I think we're going to try to bounce back and forth the best that we can. But I am going to try to keep up with one match at a time with a skeleton crew. It's going to be difficult as it is. I'll try to catch a couple of the girls' matches as well. See how this thing's going to start off as they go out for team captains today. Again, if you're just tuning in with us, I am Sean Silvis, and I am going to be live here at Choctaw High School Gymnasium, where the Choctaw Yellowjackets are hosting the Guthrie Bluejays in this wrestling match of the evening. Team captains for the junior high are coming to the center. And again, we would like to thank Choctaw for hosting us, allowing us to come down here and do this live stream for you. They have been nothing short of accommodating, very friendly, helped us get all hooked up here. We really do appreciate them. If there are any Choctaw fans out there, we just want to give you a shout out as well. Appreciate you tuning in. As things are fixing to get started, I believe. I do not have all of the junior high names to list, so on the scoreboard, I'm just going to have Guthrie and Choctaw. For the high school, I should have the names. They sent me over those rosters, so I should have that. So as we look up here at the match score, we're going to have Guthrie is the visiting team, so they will be the away team, and Choctaw is the home team. And I will do my best to keep up with these matchups. And the time. First match for the junior high duel is underway. As these boys circle in, Choctaw drops to his knees for a fake shot. Started getting in there, hand fighting a little bit. Inside control for Guthrie. Looks like he's got. Boys are circling around, feeling each other out here. Wrist control now by Choctaw. Looks like we've got 2-on-1 wrist control by Choctaw. Guthrie's got head control. Choctaw pass by for a takedown. That's going to be 2 points for Choctaw with the takedown. Guthrie on bottom. Choctaw's got a bar arm on the far side. Looks like he ran that. He ran that chicken wing or that bar arm in an illegal direction. So it's not necessarily an illegal hold. It's just a potentially dangerous. Referee stopped it on time to make sure nobody got caught. Guthrie gets up and away. It's going to be 1 point for Guthrie. Outside single leg attempt. He shot from a little bit too far out. These boys already with 58 seconds to go are doing a nice job providing some action for these fans. Back to that same 2-on-1 wrist control that Choctaw scored with earlier. Guthrie doing a good job of peeling the other hand by posting on an inside tie. Jerk that hand back away. Now back to head control. Now Guthrie goes for wrist side. Back to inside ties. Back to that same 2-on-1 wrist control. He likes that arm control. In for a double leg is Guthrie. Got an underhook going for that snake. He's got that double chicken wing snake position. No points scored, but there he whips him back over for 2. That's 2 points there for Choctaw. He's got back points, but he's going for the fall here with 13 seconds left to go. He's got this tight. Guthrie's fighting hard. Down under 5 seconds. Guthrie still fighting with the fall. 2 seconds to go. Choctaw picks up the fall, putting the Yellowjackets out to an early lead. It's going to be 5 points for the team score. Current score for that junior high duel. 6-0 for Choctaw Junior High. It's going to be some girls wrestling over on the other mat as well, but we're going to stick for now on this Choctaw Junior High duel. Back on that match. And we are back to action here. Underhook for double leg. Choctaw's going in for that double leg, still running. Choctaw for the headlock. Guthrie went for the double leg. Choctaw counters with a headlock. He's got it tied up tight. Guthrie fighting hard here. Guthrie's fighting hard here, but struggling to get up. That headlock is tight. He's got the arm deep, got the head tight. Guthrie's fighting hard here, trying to scoot out of bounds. Doing what he can to fight, but now still bridging. Looks like Guthrie's wearing down a little bit. Choctaw's hanging on tight, trying to lift the head, which is going to make it very difficult. Guthrie's still trying to push himself out. Out of bounds rules now, you can get pinned if your shoulders are out of bounds, as long as they're supporting points inside. And there's the fall right on the line. Tough fight for Guthrie. Had the right idea, but Choctaw with a nice counter as they pull that match. Running these matches awful quick. I got a little bit behind, and I do not have the weight down. I'm not sure what it is. Choctaw with a quick takedown here. Right into a cradle. As they're working their way over. We're going to spin over to the girls' duel here. Catch ourselves one of the girls' matches over here on mat 2. Guthrie with inside ties and nice head control. As they run out of bounds here. Not sure on the time on this match over here. Don't have one to go off of, but I will keep track of the score. We are in the first period as the junior high duel racks it up. Looks like Choctaw has scored on another pin. We're over here watching Isabella Rose from Guthrie. She's got an overtie on one side. Looks like they both have an overtie and an undertie. Fighting for hand control and hand position. Single leg attempt here by Choctaw. Guthrie with the sprawl. Choctaw with the hook and a whip over. Gets the 2 points. Guthrie trying to come around back. Reaches over the head. Choctaw savvy to that. Pushes her back down nearly for near fall. Not quite, but now Guthrie posted one leg up. She's coming to her feet. Choctaw with a chicken wing on the near side. She's going to try to run it. Guthrie's got to get to her feet and post out if she wants to stop it. Choctaw running hard, trying to scoop the head. If she runs around the head, she's got a good chance of scoring some near fall here. No near fall yet, but the referee is now counting near fall. Loosened up the chicken wing. Guthrie back on top. 3 near fall were given. And now reversal 2. Current score 5-2. Choctaw on bottom is up 5-2. Got takedown, chicken wing to near fall. And Isabella Rose of Guthrie reversed out of the chicken wing, off of her back, and gets back on top for 2. As we start to run towards the end, I believe, of the first period. Looks like that will conclude the first period. As we run into the second period now, Guthrie trails 2 points to Choctaw's 5. Coin toss. Choctaw takes neutral. And we are back to action on our feet. And I'll do my best to keep the score clock in time this time. Inside ties and head control for Guthrie. And inside tie and head control for Choctaw. These girls are fighting inside ties very well. This Choctaw for a snap down. As she goes for the snake. She's got that snake. She's got 2 takedown. She's getting near fall. Guthrie fighting hard off of her back here as Choctaw picks up. Takedown. She'll have 3 near fall when the time comes if she doesn't get the fall. Guthrie trying to get out of bounds here. Scratch that. She's got 2 points near fall as of now. If she can hold her there for 5 seconds, close to her back, she's got to get to a 45-degree angle for that referee to start counting. If he can count to 5 at the 45, but Isabella Rose coming back on top. So we got 2 points near fall for Choctaw. And Isabella Rose of Guthrie gets back on top again. Second time that she's come from her back to a reversal. So she's got 2 points for the reversal. Current score 4-9. We're going to work this timer down slightly as these girls work back to the center of the mat. Guthrie now on top with an ankle ride, trying to get the half. Now she's got an inside bar arm. Down around 30 seconds to go in the second period. Quite a bit of action. But Choctaw grabbed a snake and put Guthrie on her back. And then Guthrie jumps back up for a reversal from there. But now Guthrie grinding on top. That will be the conclusion of the second period. Going into the third period. Guthrie goes on bottom here. Puts Guthrie back on her back for the fall. Third time is a charm. Third time is a charm as Choctaw finally wears down Guthrie. Gets her on her back for the third time. Each period put Isabella Rose on her back. Isabella was able to fight from her back to a reversal. That's where her 4 points came from. But the last time sealed the deal. We're going to stick on girls' matches here. And we're back to action here as Hardin of Guthrie is going to take on double-leg attempt here by Choctaw. Nice sprawl here by Hardin as she spins around behind. Just a standard sprawl go behind. Gets herself 2 points for the takedown. Running a far bar arm and a half as she runs her over. Now for near fall. Going to try to pick up the fall here. Guthrie's got a deep half. Choctaw manages to get her arm out and get back to her base. Guthrie picks up 3 near fall. Choctaw is back on her back. And for the fall is Hardin of Guthrie. Picking up the first girls win of the night. Nicely done there. Gonna regroup and go back over to the boys junior high duel. Not sure what the team score is here. I believe it's 42-0 is what I'm looking at here on the team scores. See if I can catch up here. 42-0. As this match continues over here for the boys. Guthrie with inside ties. Choctaw's athlete here, very short, stocky wrestler. Guthrie's athlete's long and lean. Bit of a size discrepancy as far as styles go. Looks like perhaps we have the wrong wrestlers going. I'm going to pause this matchup for a short period of time. So it looks like 126 was a forfeit, and that's 126 was the Choctaw wrestler. So they forfeited, so Guthrie's going to pick up 16 points there. And then the next weight from 126, I believe, is 138. Perhaps it's 132 is what we're going to go with here. As these wrestlers get working, team score for Guthrie should be settling in here. That's a takedown for Choctaw. Guthrie grabs that inside foot. Choctaw's trying to put legs in to control the hips of the Guthrie wrestler, but the Guthrie wrestler smart enough to grab that heel, try to keep it out so he's not giving up any control. Going to catch up the score here as it's 2-0. Choctaw now covering that ankle. Going for a roll through tilt here off that chicken wing. Just a seatbelt grip. Not a chicken wing, just a seatbelt grip, and he tried to roll through tilt. Didn't get any points for his efforts. Did a nice job there trying to make it work a second time. As Guthrie, savvy to it this time, sets his hips down. Nearly catches Choctaw on his back. Choctaw now grinding hard on top, under 30 seconds in the match. Guthrie having a hard time basing up as Choctaw's keeping that arm barred, making it difficult. But now he's going for a half here. He's got that arm He's got that arm trapped on the underneath side, trying to get the half as he just runs the head this time. Nearly gets near fall, but Guthrie was able to roll through. Now he posed, tries to stand, but a nice bar arm chop here. Back to inside control as the match concludes. Going into the second period now. This period will be a minute and a half period. So just a heads up, when we get close to 30 seconds, this period will be over. Working on getting my score clock set. But in the meantime, Guthrie is down on bottom. Current score is 2-0 in this matchup. Back to that same inside seat. Grabs a seat belt and then switches off hands as he tries to run the head. He's trying to get a half. And he's trying to run the head over. He got that to almost work, but now he's got the half in and that seatbelt as he's pulling it across, taking away the post of the Guthrie wrestler, who's kind of trapped down here on bottom, having trouble getting out. Choctaw putting some good pressure on. Choctaw now really looking hard for the fall. Choctaw really looking hard for the fall, and they get it. Nicely done there. Choctaw picks up another 6 points. I believe the team score now for this duel, Guthrie Junior High, is going to be, I believe it's 6-48. I don't think they gave Guthrie points for the forfeit they had. I think they gave those points to the other team. So Guthrie had the forfeit. No, I take that back. Guthrie did not get the forfeit. Guthrie forfeited to Choctaw. So I'm wrong. Current score 54-0. Going back and forth between the girls and the junior highs got me confused. Choctaw picks up another pin here. Going to run that score up to 60. Current score 60-0. As the Choctaw Yellowjacket Junior High doing a nice job here against the Guthrie Bluejays Junior High. Currently, we are at weight. We'll call it 150 pounds. I believe that's ish. I'm not sure what weight we're on. This matchup is kicked off. I know it's Aiden Harden of Guthrie versus Choctaw. Choctaw with a 2-point takedown. Choctaw doing a good job grabbing the far wrist and the bar arm. We've seen that on several of the matches. They pull that back into a seat belt and then run the half or run the head. Looks like this wrestler's doing much of the same here. Covering the saddle well, trying to put a leg in. Now he's putting the other one in. He's getting high here, but he did a nice job putting a leg in. Arms and legs with a Turk now. He's turked him over to the side. Guthrie wrestler doing a good job bellying out, but with the legs in. Choctaw wrestler not putting much pressure on the legs. He's just got it in. There he goes to use it now. As he sinks that hip down, that's going to make it very difficult for the Guthrie wrestler, Aiden Harden, on the bottom to base up. But now with that space in the middle, he's trying to get that Turk with that bar arm. Unable to score yet, still just 2-0. Unable to score at the near fall. Now the leg comes out. Guthrie now with the base, but look at that roll through. There's that tilt that we saw a couple of times tonight already. Bar arm to a tight waist tilt. Now he's got the chicken wing tilt on the far side. He's running the head. Now he's getting near fall here. Got this chicken wing tight. Choctaw sinking this thing in. Guthrie able to get the arm through on the bottom, but still just in a pickle. Choctaw doing a good job settling in. Has not loosened up at all. As Aiden Harden on bottom fighting to get his arm through to try to get his shoulder off the mat. Choctaw now coming back for that reverse half. If he hooks that reverse half, this is going to be it, and it is. 7 seconds to go in the first period. Choctaw picks up another win. Going to bring this duel up 6 more points. Choctaw Yellowjackets 66 to Guthrie Bluejays 0 for the team's score on the duel. Right off the bat here, Guthrie's going for the headlock. Choctaw savvy to it, sets his hips down, able to get himself out of that. Grabbing 2 more points here for Choctaw. For the takedown. Choctaw run that same chicken wing bar arm we've seen all night as they now, Choctaw now on top, trying to get this fall out of bounds. Looks like Guthrie's working his way through, but there's that same reverse half, same sequence we saw the last matchup. Looks like Choctaw has been taught how to run bar arms and chicken wings very nicely because they are doing a very good job of similar things here. Well-coached team, you can tell. On the edge of the mat, Choctaw picks up another fall. As the team score now 6 more for Choctaw. Going to make it 72-0. Guthrie still yet to win a match. I know Guthrie's got a couple of bigger guys that would normally be out here competing who are not. Perhaps that could change the fate of this matchup, but that doesn't seem to be the case tonight. I don't know that they have any more wrestlers, maybe a couple more. Not sure what weight we're currently wrestling, but I will do my best to try to keep up here. Perhaps we're at 175, I believe. This is Bryce here for Guthrie. £175. We are back to going. Guthrie here with very busy hands. Choctaw doing a nice job passing those by. He's got an underhook now. Back to that same underhook. Guthrie going for another headlock. Underhook pass by. Now in the front headlock position. These wrestlers go out of bounds here with 38 seconds to go. 37 seconds. As there is a little commotion here on the side of the mat when this match is over. There's a takedown 2 for Choctaw. I believe they're going to slide these mats over. Center everything up under the lights for the high school duel. But back to that inside bar arm goes Choctaw. Guthrie trapped underneath on bottom here. 2-0 for Choctaw on top. He's running out front now. Back to the inside bar arm. Going for a power half perhaps. Getting a little high as Choctaw. Into the leg. Into the power half on the outside. He's super high here. Looks like he's committed to trying that, though. Back to the power half. He's got a leg in on side saddle with the power half. Trying to get enough leverage to pull Guthrie over to his back. As high as he is, I'm not sure if that's going to be possible, but Guthrie gets the leg out. Hits a nice post and knee slide. Getting some movement now, but Choctaw doing a good job with that bar arm. That chop arm and far wrist, they have been running that all night to the junior high and being very successful with it. Guthrie now to his feet, trying to peel hands. Choctaw hanging on tight, trying to lift, and Guthrie gets away. That's 1 point. 22 seconds left to go in this first period matchup. Choctaw's 175-pounder is up 2-1 over Guthrie. Physical, these hand fights, couple little bashing of the head. Heavy ties, and then Choctaw likes the pass by in the underhook. That's how he scored last time. Pass by to a double leg. No points. Moving into the second period. Guthrie did a nice job hand fighting there, coming in hard and being aggressive, but Choctaw with nice pass bys with that force pulls it right into a double leg. Just ran out of time on that one. So we're getting set. Guthrie goes down in the second. We are Live action here in the second period. Guthrie stuck on bottom here. With the half, he's got him on his back. It's going to be a long night out in the middle of the match. Choctaw with a nice pin with 1 minute to go. As we reset here, looks like we've got one more match here at heavyweight. One more match here at heavyweight. That match could have been the 190-pound match, folks. I'm not sure if it was or not. But we are now going to run here. Try to make a... Choctaw shoots in on a single leg here, trying to pull that up. Guthrie with a nice sprawl as they're working out of bounds. No points, action still going. Score still 0-0. Choctaw now in for double-leg attempt. Guthrie with a snap down, go behind. That's going to be 2 points for Guthrie. As now Guthrie on the inside bar arm. With the half is Sir William Morgan to Guthrie, a freshman for the Blue Jays. Doing what he can here to get that half and get some more points for his team. Still just 2-0. Got him over on his back. Looks like he's got this tight. Choctaw fighting hard for the pin. Guthrie gets on the board at the very end of the duel. Going to make this total team score all pins tonight. A couple of forfeits. 78-6. The Choctaw Yellowjackets take over the duel. We're going to take another timeout here and get back to action here as the high school resumes. We're going to do a little pregame show as well. And this timeout is going to be brought to you by F&M Bank.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to this Choctaw duel. with the Guthrie Bluejays are taking on the Choctaw Yellowjackets, hosted by the Choctaw Yellowjackets. Have been very accommodating here for us as we watch the Blue Jays warm up here. Want to say a special thank you to Choctaw as they have hosted very nicely. Helped me set up here this morning, and not this morning, this afternoon, and been nothing short of accommodating. I am Sean Silvis, and I'm going to be live to you here hosting this duel. Just finished up the junior high duel. Not a good night for the Blue Jays, 78-6. This young junior high crew still trying to get their feet wet and get a good understanding of the sport. Choctaw, very seasoned-looking team. They did a very nice job. Hats off to them for that duel. We are currently just underway here. Looks like we're going to get started in about 10 minutes for the high school duels. We do this pregame show. Pregame show brought to you by Bank First. We appreciate their support of this broadcast and this duel. And we are going to be live here. Give me just a second as I take care of some housekeeping, and I will be back with you shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back here. Sean Silvis live inside of the Choctaw High School Gymnasium. The Choctaw Yellowjackets are hosting the Guthrie Bluejays in tonight's wrestling duel, Tuesday night duel. Early week, the Blue Jays are back again Thursday for a duel in Duncan, and then they will stay in Duncan for the two-day Duncan tournament. The Blue Jays are busy this week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. These boys got to make weight, and they get to compete as well. Check out this duel. Should be a competitive matchup tonight. Choctaw, history of wrestling, very seasoned team, very well coached. Lots of help, lots of support. This is a good wrestling program here in Choctaw. Guthrie Bluejays also on the build, bringing back many starters from last year, a couple of state champions, and a couple of veterans as well. Also got a young team, a young freshman team for Guthrie as these wrestlers get more and more experience. They are doing better and better. Got the pleasure of watching them wrestle this past weekend in Enid at the Mid-America Nationals. And a lot of good matchups, a lot of good experience was gained for some of these younger freshmen getting that high school experience. So we are excited to see them compete tonight against a very seasoned Choctaw team. Head coach Jaden Davenport for the Blue Jays is doing his best to get this team up to par as they are a much better tournament team at the time as they are a dual team, but we are going to give up, looks like only one weight this week, 106. Guthrie does not have a 106-pounder, but for the rest of the weights, we should be full. So that's a good thing there. Don't like to give up free points, and so they will only have to give up 6 this duel. Choctaw, I'm sure, will be bringing a full house. I've got more than enough wrestlers here, so on their roster. So anyway, I'm going to check out one more commercial break as we get this going. And then looks like around 7 o'clock sharp, we're going to start this duel. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. And this timeout is brought to you by our good friends at F&M Bank.
At Terry Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans. Seth Robbins, Jason Herzl, and Dennis Oakes aren't limited to any single provider. We'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terry Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terry Insure Group at 405-293-4880 or stop by at 622 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terry Insure Group, insuring your world.
Tina and Stefan and the entire staff, they are who you see them be. I mean, they're genuine people. They care about people. They've spent their entire lives in healthcare.
I can honestly say I'm 65 years old, and I'm probably in the best health I've been in my whole life, to be honest with you. And it's thanks to Stefan and his staff here, because everything they've done for me is just worked tremendously.
I just highly recommend Strive to anybody who's wanting to see a real improvement in their overall health, to be quite frank, their quality of life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we are live inside the Choctaw High School Gymnasium. The Choctaw Yellowjackets are taking on the Blue Jays of Guthrie. just noticed here, I've got some new gizmos and gadgets courtesy of Chris Evans, who has done an amazing job helping me prepare for this duel. I do appreciate all that, and I thank him for all of his help. We are live here on the GNP Network on YouTube. Thank you for all of you who are tuning in tonight. I know it's a busy night for the Blue Jays as the baseball team has a home scrimmage, and the Guthrie basketball team has games tonight, as well as wrestling here in Choctaw. So a lot of live streams. Our GNP team is running thin as we are kind of placed everywhere, but I'm here producing solo, minus my cameraman, Chris Wilder stepped up tonight to help me run the camera, so I do appreciate that. So that's our team tonight here at the duel as Guthrie takes on Choctaw. Now I want to run through presumable matchups. Now I do know in these duels oftentimes they do bump. Coach has warned me that there's a good chance that we'll be bumping some stuff around trying to win this duel, but up at 106-pound, Bryson Hand from Choctaw is going to take the forfeit. Guthrie does not have a wrestler. Want to remind you also this pregame show is brought to you by Bank First. We thank them for helping to sponsor this broadcast. Go check them out. They have been so gracious supporting our Guthrie athletes all season. Moving on to 112 pounds, Caden Herendine, junior state champion last year, is going to be taking on freshman Brody Parker. There's also a chance Aiden Smith might wrestle as well. Aiden Smith's freshman here for Guthrie. He might wrestle Brody Parker as well. So one of those two guys is going to take on Brody Parker of Choctaw. Now, at 120 pounds, Wesley Davies is a sophomore. Out of Choctaw, going to be taking on either Caden Herendine or Aiden Smith. Like I say, those two guys are going to flop weights. They both weighed in at 112 pounds. So either Aiden Smith or Caden Herendine going to be taking on Davies, who is a sophomore out of Choctaw. At 126 pounds, Drew Auden. We're going to call him Drew Auden. I apologize if I get that pronunciation incorrect, but Drew Auden is going to take on Matt Gyrus. Matt Gyrus of the Blue Jays is a sophomore. I believe Matt might be a junior. Forgive me, I do not know. But I will find that out for you before this duel starts. But anyway, at 126 pounds, Drew Auden versus Matt Gyrus. Those two boys are going to hook it up. At 132 pounds, Connor Earwood of Choctaw, the home team, is going to be taking on either Dax Lopez or Luke Lyons of the Blue Jays at 132 pounds. Dax Lopez or Luke Lyons, both weighed in at 132. So perhaps one of those will wrestle against Connor Earwood. At 144 pounds. Sorry, guys, I'm multitasking here. Matt Gyrus is a junior. So back down, I was talking 126. Matt Gyrus is a junior. We're bumping up here to 138 pounds. 138 pounds, it looks like Jaden Veenstra. Jaden Veenstra of the home team in Choctaw is going to take on Colby Wilder in a matchup. Colby Wilder, a senior. Jaden Veenstra, also a senior. Ought to be a fun matchup. Two experienced wrestlers. Going to hook it up there, so that will be great to watch. At 144 pounds, Cash Holman was a junior state runner-up. And took third at Perry as well. So Cash Holstrom, a junior for Choctaw, quite the wrestler here as he was a state placer, made the finals this year. Going to take on freshman Clayton Carey. So freshman Clayton Carey at 144 pounds. A 150-pound matchup is going to be Gage Guthrie of Choctaw. Don't get that mixed up. Gage Guthrie is his last name. Gage of Choctaw is going to be taking on Rowan McCone of Guthrie at 150 pounds. So Gage versus Rowan at 150 pounds. That's going to get confusing because his last name is the name of our school. So anyway, moving on up, we're looking at 157 pounds for Choctaw is Jory Garrett. Jory Garrett is a junior for Choctaw, taking on freshman Roston Usselton. So Roston Usselton is going to be a 157-pounder for Guthrie, junior versus freshman. At 165 pounds, home team Choctaw, Aiden Thielen. Aiden Thielen, a senior from Choctaw, going to be taking on junior Bryson Hall. Bryson Hall, one of the team captains for the Blue Jays, had a stellar tournament this past weekend. Took second took second at the national tournament down there in Enid. So he had a great weekend last weekend. Back to weight and back to work here. That ought to be a great matchup. Senior versus junior, 2 season matchups. 2 senior wrestlers ought to be a fun matchup. At 175 pounds for Choctaw, looks like we've got Eric Seabolt, who is a junior, or Thomas Acosta, who is a freshman. So one of those 2 boys from Choctaw is going to be taking on Tyler Gettings of Guthrie with a little shot of live music there. Hopefully that didn't blind your ears too badly. Make sure we still got audio. Yes, we do. So Eric Seabolt, the junior, or Thomas Acosta, a freshman of Choctaw, going to be taking on Tyler Gettings at 175. Moving on up to 190-pound, Asher Walls is a junior from Choctaw, going to be taking on Mason Russell. Mason Russell's filling in for Wesley Silvis, the senior team captain as well. Mason Russell's going to step in there tonight as a junior and try his hand against junior Asher Walls. We look forward to seeing Mason make his varsity debut. Moving on up to 215 pounds, Matt Louderslager. Forgive me, Matt, if I do not say that right, but it's Loudenslager. Matt Loudenslager is a junior out of Choctaw, going to be taking on senior Eli Maroney of Guthrie. And the big boys at heavyweight, Levi Schatzwell, who is a sophomore for Choctaw, going to take on Nicholas Herendine of Guthrie, the senior. So there's our matchup. There's our lineup for the night. Tonight's pregame show brought to you by Bank First. Again, we appreciate Bank First and all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We're going to take a quick timeout before this matchup starts. This timeout's brought to you by F&M Bank.
When garage door problems occur, don't call a kind of service company or maybe a repair guy. Call Paul Creed at A-Team Overhead Door. Paul owns and operates his company and has over 15 years of experience in residential and commercial overhead door service. Paul provides all garage door services from repairs to installations. With free estimates, Paul will work with you to decide the best possible solution for your garage door or opener problems. Call A-Team Overhead Door today, 405-642-7065. At South Point Baptist Church, we want you to cheer loud and be proud as we send the Blue Jays to victory. Afterwards, join us each Sunday in our friendly family atmosphere. South Point invites you, your family, and friends to join us each week with Sunday school beginning at 10 a.m. and our morning service at 11 a.m. South Point wishes all students this season to make fun and exciting memories not only on the playing field, but in the classroom as well. And as always, go Blue Jays!
All right, we are back here, and we are live inside the Choctaw High School Gymnasium as we are getting underway. Guthrie's out here warming up on the mats. I am Sean Silvas alongside Chris Wilder on the camera tonight, here live on the GMP Network YouTube channel. We appreciate all of you for tuning in tonight as we prepare for this duel. Choctaw Yellowjackets taking on the Guthrie Bluejays. Excited to see how the Blue Jays match up against this very veteran Choctaw team. Couple of notes worth mentioning. Choctaw's head coach Benny Coleman has been at the helm in Choctaw for 39 years. No surprise why this team is such veterans and such quality. They've done a nice job. This team has got a lot of medals, had a lot of success. It's a very well-oiled machine, and Benny Coleman has done a nice job here with these Yellowjackets. All the way from the Little League through the junior high up to the high school, they have been a solid program through and through for many years. So hats off to Coach Benny Coleman for that. Now, Benny Coleman is a UCO wrestler. I believe it was Central State back in his day, turned into UCO where, watch this transition, both coaches, Jaden and Jeremy Davenport, wrestled generations later. So now the head coaches for the Guthrie Bluejays are also UCO alum. So the Choctaw head coach comes out of UCO, as well as the Guthrie head coach comes out of UCO. Coach Jaden Davenport in his 5th year at the helm in Guthrie, doing an amazing job of building the program. And we are so thankful for Jaden and now his brother Jeremy, who came on board last year as his assistant. And those two together have done a very nice job bringing this program up to par with where they need to be. These boys are wrestling hard, and they are learning fast, and we are so thankful for what they're doing for our program. Also want to take some time here tonight to thank Choctaw, and they're hosting the Guthrie Bluejays, and not just hosting them, but they've hosted me here on this broadcast. They've done a nice job of allowing me to sit up front here close to the action. They've provided me with everything that I could possibly need to get things going. So thank you for hosting and being so generous to what we got going on here. I hope that the live stream stays strong. I've got connection now. Sometimes it likes to blink on me, and it makes me a little bit nervous, but we so far have a stream. So as I work through some housekeeping things, looks like we're about to get started as the teams have went back into the locker room, so I assume they are going to be starting shortly. And we'll get into some introductions. But in the meantime, just wanted to thank everyone for being here tonight. And as we do, I'm going to take one more timeout before this duel starts. Timeout brought to you by F&M Bank.
F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services: mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. A light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
And we are back live here tonight. Currently wrestling on the mat is an exhibition match. 2 of the Choctaw youth wrestlers are out here putting on a show for the fans. Nice of the administration. Let these guys get out here and get some mat time and put on a show for everyone. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. The Guthrie Bluejays are traveling tonight here in Choctaw against the Yellowjackets. We just finished up the junior high duel and the girls wrestling as well. We had a handful of junior high girls compete, as well as a couple of the high school girls. And got that concluded. Now we're fixing to start here. Pregame show was brought to you by Bank First. We want to thank our friends at Bank First for making it possible for this broadcast to happen. Also want to give a special shout out to our gold member sponsors that are sponsoring the Booster Club. These sponsors make it possible for our team to travel, get gear, eat on the road. These wrestlers can't just stop by anywhere and eat. They have to get groceries and specific things to keep their weights in check. So it is an expensive sport that is not free and it is not fully funded. So we appreciate all of our gold member sponsors for contributing and helping this program grow. Those sponsors include Dr. Don's Chiropractic Center, also Carry Electric. We thank you, Second Banana Media, for jumping on board this year and sponsoring our Blue Jay wrestlers. Grace Construction, again, sponsoring our team. Be Well Acupuncture, now on board, helping out with gold member sponsors. We thank you. Mosquito Authority, Ronnie Phillips, Mosquito and Pest Authority. We thank Ronnie and his wife for bringing us their children to wrestle and sponsoring our Blue Jay Booster Club. KO Property Development, we want to thank them for jumping on board this year as well. And Nelson Monument Company, always a faithful sponsor of our Blue Jays. And now Topco Cabinets, jumping on board this year and sponsoring our Booster Club and helping out our wrestlers. We thank all of our gold member sponsors helping out the Booster Club. We just want to give them a shout out, not to mention our sponsors who are helping out the broadcast. We thank everyone that is contributing and helping out our Guthrie Blue Jay wrestlers. On the mat right now is Choctaw Youth Program, getting in some exhibition matches, trying to get these boys some mat time under the big lights. Always fun to see, always nice to see. These boys wrestle for the youth program, which is a budding youth program. That like I said earlier, Benny Coleman has been at the helm there 39 years and has done a nice job growing and developing these young athletes from young age all the way up now to high school. Choctaw wrestling has been on the map for quite some time in the state of Oklahoma, produced some very, very good wrestlers, and Benny Coleman was a very good wrestler himself. University of Oklahoma, University of Central Oklahoma, I think it was Central State, now UCO. And watching these boys wrestle out here, clearly not their first time on the mat as they finish up their first period. Looking around, I believe they're on their last exhibition match of the evening as Guthrie sits and waits. They're getting warmed up on their side. And Choctaw in the locker room fixing to run out as well. I want to give a special shout out as well to our sponsors at F&M Bank and Bank First and North Church John Vance, Generations Church. We want to thank South Point Baptist Church as well as A-Team Overhead Doors. These sponsors make it possible for us to come to you live on these live streams on the GMP network. And what don't these guys do, as Phil always says? They are always here to help and support the athletes and the kids in this town. This community is very fortunate to have such good sponsors and so many people willing to help build our program. Nice to see here in Choctaw as well. Their youth program putting out some wrestlers under the big lights. Got to be an exciting time for those young men. We are going to take one more break before this duel starts. I believe we'll be kicking things off when I come back. This break will be brought to you by F&M Bank.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
There's one big difference between Vance Auto Group and the other dealers: transparency. We show all the discounts and rebates on our website long before you arrive. See your monthly payment, your current vehicle's value, Carfax, and everything about the vehicle you're interested in buying. You can even buy any vehicle, new or pre-owned, without leaving home, right from our website. Buy with transparency at the John Vance Auto Group.
John Vance Auto Group.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are live inside. We are back inside of the Choctaw High School Gymnasium. I'm Sean Silvas alongside of Chris Wilder, and we are doing our best to bring you the action here tonight as the Guthrie Bluejays come in to take on the Choctaw Yellowjackets in a wrestling match. This duel will be the first of many meetings. The Blue Jays see Choctaw several tournaments this year. Our Little League program also sees the Choctaw wrestlers everywhere. So it's nice these little competitions help chisel these athletes together to get them ready for that big state tournament in February.
You know what time it is. Get on your feet and make some noise as we welcome to the mat your Choctaw Yellowjackets.
And it looks like we're getting things kicked off here tonight as the Choctaw Yellowjackets take the mat as they circle around in front of the camera here. Nice little crowd showed up to support their Yellowjackets. That's always nice to see when we get support for our wrestlers. Although this is a competition, wrestling is one great big family. We all like to support each other the best we can. And we're going to rise for the national anthem. All right. We are back. Sorry, I like to mute that. I don't like to get ourselves kicked off of YouTube. When they hear too much music, sometimes they like to shut us down. So we just muted that for the national anthem. For the introductions tonight, 106 for Choctaw taking the forfeit. It's going to be Bryson Hand.
113 pounds for the Blue Jays. We'll either see Aiden Smith or Caden Harradine.
You got Kate.
For your Yellowjackets, let's hear it for the freshman, Brody Parker.
Caden Harradine there for the Blue Jays, or Aiden Smith going to be taking on Brody Parker.
And 120 pounds for Guthrie, Aiden Smith or Caden Harradine.
And same two guys, Caden Harradine or Aiden Smith is going to be taking on Wesley Davies.
Welcome, Wesley Davies.
So it looks like Guthrie's going to mix and match here. Based on the coin toss, they'll pick which wrestler they want to send out at 112, and that will determine who goes out. 112 pounds, Matt Gyrus for the Blue Jays, taking on Drew Alden.
At 132 for the Blue Jays, it's either going to be Dax Lopez or Luke Lyons.
And again, here at these 132, 138 weight classes, Guthrie's got 3 wrestlers. And based on who the Yellowjackets put out, they're going to bump around Dax Lopez, Luke Lyons, and Colby Wilder.
The senior Cody Wilder.
And so Connor Earwood at 132 for Choctaw, and then Jaden Vinstra at 138.
At 144 from Guthrie, please welcome Clayton Carey.
144 pounds for the Blue Jays, Clayton Carey.
State runner-up and Perry Placer, Junior Cash Holman.
And going to take on Cash Holman of Choctaw.
At 150 pounds for the Blue Jays, the freshman Rowan McCone.
150 pounds, Guthrie is going to wrestle Rowan McCone. Choctaw is going to bring out Gage Guthrie. That's going to be a confusing call when Gage Guthrie is competing against a Guthrie wrestler. But we will get through it, folks, I promise. Roston Usselton is going to be taking on Jory Garrett at 157 pounds. Junior versus freshman.
165 pounds, the junior from Guthrie. Give it up for Bryson Hall.
Bryson Hall, 165 for the Blue Jays.
The senior Perry Placer, Aiden Thielen.
Taking on Aiden Thielen, the senior, junior versus senior here. That'll be a good matchup. Tyler Gettings coming out to the mat at 175. Tyler's a senior. Looks like Choctaw may wrestle Eric Siebold or Thomas Acosta. That would be a junior or a freshman at 175. Mason Russell's coming out for the Blue Jays at 190 pounds, making his varsity debut. And Asher Wells at 190 for Choctaw.
At 215 pounds for Guthrie, the senior Eli Maroney.
Senior football sensation Eli Maroney at 215 for the Blue Jays is going to take on Matt Loudenslager.
And for the big dogs at 285 for Guthrie, please welcome the senior Nick Harradine.
For the big boys at 285 pounds, Nick Harradine's coming out for Guthrie against sophomore Levi Shatswell.
And for the ladies, we'll have one match at 155 pounds for Choctaw.
It looks like at 155 pounds, Isla Mae Smith wrestling for Guthrie. Forgive me, I missed the name of the Choctaw girl, but we will do our best to get her name when she competes. As the captains come out. As the captains come out, trying to fix some audio issues here. This is going to mean something for this duel with both teams bringing multiple guys to each weight. This could get a little bit dicey. Head referee tonight, Kevin King, is going to be making the call as we prepare for this first matchup. Like I said, folks, I'm going to do my best to keep things loaded here.
Please welcome the match from Guthrie, Alame Smith. And for your Yellowjackets, let's hear it for Sierra Reeves.
Looks like Alame Smith here with the headlocks, got her down. For the fall. Starting Guthrie off with a big win. Alame Smith with the pin. Very nicely done for Alame. Alame was a younger wrestler. She wrestled for the Little League program, and then she took some time off during junior high. And now that Guthrie's providing more opportunity for the girls, Alame came back out a couple of years ago and has put in a ton of time trying to get back to her old self. Wrestled very well this year. As the duel starts here, Bryson Hand going to take the forfeit. That's going to be 6 points on the team score for Choctaw. And Guthrie here wrestling at 112 pounds. There we go, getting lined up. And we are back to action here. Starting off this duel, 112 pounds. Aiden Smith of the Blue Jays taking on Brody Parker. In on a single leg. Nice high cross from the outside. Takes him down for 2. Quick escape by Brody Parker makes that match 2-1 now. Aiden Smith back in on an outside single. Cuts the corner. Comes to his feet. Lifts, trips. Down for 2 more. Aiden Smith coming out on fire. 2-1. Under 30 seconds, 2 takedowns. Aiden Smith coming out firing, looking good. Keeping pressure on top now. For the roll through tilt, he's got a bar arm on the inside. Hard to see in the dark there, but he's got a chopped bar arm. Went for a roll through tilt, didn't score. Staying aggressive on top. He's getting a little high now, staying back behind the arms in a spiral. Brody Smith trying to keep base on bottom, and now his arm is chopped. Aiden Smith now with a cross arm. Going for a cradle miss. Brody Smith to his feet. Aiden Smith trying to return him. Brody Smith trying to get out of bounds, trying to peel hands. Another lift by Aiden Smith. Drops to the single leg, back to the double. Brody Smith was about out. Aiden Smith with a nice job keeping Brody Parker down. Sorry, I keep calling him Brody Smith. It's Brody Parker. I apologize, Brody. A lot of action here in this first period, down under 41 seconds to go. With the half, Aiden Smith grinding on top here. With a half, Brody Parker doing a nice job posting to the outside and coming up with that half. Aiden's trying to put a leg in now. Missed that. Parker did a nice job picking that out. Gets back to his feet. Lift and return. Under 20 seconds now. Aiden Smith grinding on top. Parker trying to get based back up. Aiden Smith now. Parker back to his base with a... He's trapped the inside leg now. Staying under those arms very nicely is Aiden Smith. Wrestling aggressive as they get to their feet. And we start this second period matchup. Aiden Smith of Guthrie is up 4-1. Try to get over here to this team score. Try to get that updated for you guys. In the meantime, Aiden Smith goes down. Gets right to his feet. Parker with the return. Aiden Smith back to the tripod, back to his feet. Trying to peel hands here. Brody Parker trying to keep him down. Aiden Smith falls. Parker able to regain control, even though there's separation. Aiden Smith fell, not able to keep his footing. Parker did a nice job being aggressive and just recovering. He's trying to bar that arm and get that forearm, that little seatbelt grip. We saw the junior high do a nice job. The junior high Choctaw kids did a nice job barring that arm and catching it for that seatbelt. They did a lot of tilting, a lot of chicken wings, things like that. You can tell Brody Parker's trying to get to that. Aiden Smith doing a good job on bottom. Staying strong, keeping position, and then basing up. Back to his feet now. Parker returns him. Parker's grinding pretty good now on top. Aiden Smith's pace has slowed a little bit. As momentum is now centered back out. A lot of momentum on the side of Aiden Smith early on. Brody Parker has weathered the storm. And now grinding on top. Looking for these bar arms. We're under 48 seconds on that clock. Aiden doing a good job getting back to his base, back to his tripod, trying to base build, trying to build to his feet, but Parker doing a nice job of just staying on him and staying tough. Back to his feet. Parker's trying to get him, hold him. Aiden Smith going back to the center of the mat. He's got a hold of the head. Not sure if he's going to get this headlock or not, but he's trying for it. He's got an arm and he's got a head. Doesn't have it locked. Parker's still in control on top. Aiden Smith looks like he's hanging on this a little bit too long. We're down under 8 seconds. Parker's going to do good here just to hang on as Aiden Smith finishes the period he started on bottom, finishes on bottom, going into the third period. Current score 4-1. Brody Parker was able to remain in control that entire second period, slowed down the momentum a little bit. Now he's going to try his hand on bottom. Remember, he was able to escape in the first period. Trying for a switch here as Aiden Smith holds on to that arm. And that is going to be reversal 2 for Brody Parker, who is now Aiden Smith is on bottom for Guthrie, still ahead in the matchup. He's got 2 takedowns. Brody Parker was able to get an escape in the first. He just got that reversal in the third. He's got the match now at 3. Now he's going to try to turn him here. If he can turn him for near fall, he can win this match. If he doesn't turn him, look for him to let him go and try for a takedown. The momentum is definitely shifting as Aiden Smith is on bottom and moving a lot less slow, trying to base up on bottom now. Brody Parker's getting really, really high, trying to put legs in, but he's too high. Rolls him over for near fall. Saw 2 count. Not sure if he got it. He got the near fall. Aiden Smith now reverses back on top. So Brody Parker got 2 points for near fall. Aiden Smith got 2 points for the reversal. Aiden Smith is in the lead. He's on top. He has 2 points near fall so far. Now he's going for the fall. This will be huge for the Blue Jays to get a fall here. Aiden Smith trying for all he can to get this fall. We're down under 40 seconds. Brody Parker fighting hard to get off his back. He knows how important this matchup is. Aiden Smith with a reverse half. He's got the arm caught, doing what he can. Aiden Smith finishes here. He's going to win the match, but the coaches want the fall. Guthrie with the pin at 112 pounds to tie the duel. Nicely done by Aiden Smith. Exciting matchup at 112 pounds. Good job by Aiden Smith picking up a big win for the Blue Jays. Moving into 112 pounds for the Blue Jays. It's going to be Caden Herendeen for the Blue Jays. Get this match started. We've got Wesley Davies wrestling for the Yellowjackets. I want to give a special thanks to Chris Wilder on the camera tonight, making it possible for me to keep up with this scoreboard, do a little bit of producing. Caden Herendeen, state champion last year at 106 pounds as a sophomore, comes back in his junior campaign, made the finals at the tournament in Enid last weekend. The Midwest Regionals, the big national tournament, Mid-America Nationals up in Enid last week. Caden Herendeen made the finals, going up against the sophomore and Wesley Davis as they fight for hand control here. Caden Herendeen on an outside single. We saw Aiden Smith in the last matchup in a similar position as Davies is trying to get out of bounds here. Trying to get out of bounds or at least get clear of this. Caden Herendeen shucks it by, gets 2 on the edge. Davies did a nice job trying to fight that off, trying to make that. It gets clever there on the edge. Caden Herendeen was patient enough to keep himself in bounds to get that 2 as we are starting back up here. Forgive me on the clock, folks. I am working on this. All right, we are back to 37 seconds left in the first period. Caden Herendeen's leading 2-0. Davies on bottom's got hand control, trying to work up. Caden Herendeen with an underhook on the far side. Not really running a spiral, just hanging on here. Davies looking to get out of bounds and get the 1. 24 seconds left in the first period. Double leg attempt by Caden Herendeen. Quick 2 by the referee. Kevin King is the referee tonight calling the match. Caden Herendeen climbs on top, puts both legs in, trying to stretch out Davies, who is being tough on bottom here. Got him broke down. Looks like we're going to finish the first period 4-1. Caden Herendeen of the Guthrie Bluejays is in the lead of Wesley Davies. Moving into the second period. Current dual score is 6-6. Guthrie gave up a forfeit at 106 pounds. At 112 pounds, Hayden Smith with a big win gets the fall in the third to tie this duel up. Starting off to be an exciting night. That's 1 escape for Wesley Davies. Now it's 4-2. Caden Herendeen in on another shot. Back to that outside single. Shot for the double. Didn't get the other leg, so he switches off to an outside single. Trying to get this thing shelved up as Davies has got a tight shin whizzer on. Now he's stepping around behind, getting crafty there. His tall, longer build makes it to where he's got options other guys might not have. He's got a good shin whizzer here, though, making it very difficult for Caden Herendeen to shelf that. Caden goes around, puts a leg in on the far side, trying to force the referee to give a 2 count. Davies still with that shin whizzer, though. He's not going to get the 2. There's the 2 call. He's got the leg in. 2 call, takedown for Caden Herendeen. Wesley Davies held on to that shin whizzer well. Now the current score 6-2. Davies now on bottom with Herendeen's got a leg in on top. Now he's working for the chicken wing as Caden Herendeen's got the far bar arm. Chicken wing on the side, looking like he's going to try to run to the head. Now he's going back to the other side with a half. Got a half on the far side. Davies sits through, transitions nicely, coming out for a Peterson. Nicely done. Davies set him up for that. Herendeen didn't see it coming. Now Herendeen's in a bit of a pickle here. If Davies can sit back with that, he's going to try to get a 5-point reversal. Herendeen doing a good job of keeping heavy on his hips, but Davie, nice job. Very savvy move there. Coming out of that chicken wing half into a Peterson. There he goes back. If he gets this, folks, it's going to be big. No points yet. No points yet. 2-point reversal. Herendeen did a nice job of bailing on that. Davies was looking for a 5-point reversal, but was only able to get a 2-point reversal as we come to a stop into the second period. Davies starting to make this interesting. 6-4. Looks like Wesley Davies is doing a very nice job of using his length and his leverage. Herendeen to his feet. Davies on this half now. He's got this bar arm far side and a half. Choctaw did a nice job running this in the junior high. I know they're good at it. He's going to give fits here on top. Herendeen to his feet, but far from out. Davies doing a good job of grinding, getting him back to his feet as they step out of bounds. 37 seconds left on the clock. Herendeen back to the centers. Davies slow to get back. Not sure if he's hurt or if the intensity of this match is starting to wear. Herendeen right to his feet here. Davies with a spiral ride. Herendeen rolls out on a Peterson and gets back in on the switch. That's 2 points for Caden Herendeen, making this score here 8-4. Interested to see what Davies does here. Went for a 5-point reversal the last time he was on bottom. Very crafty as he does another sit-out turn in with wrist control. Going right back for that same roll that he did before. Minute 16 left to go in the third period. Score of this duel 6-6. Caden Herendeen of Guthrie is up 8-4. We're neutral. Caden Herendeen with the escape. Davies look for him to go for something big here. He needs something big. He's down by 5. He's going to have to get a takedown and near fall in order to tie this match up. Caden Herendeen's going to have to do something here. Goes for a duck under attempt. Davies pushing him out of bounds. Davies coming hard. 53 seconds left on the clock. Herendeen in on a single leg here. Switches off to the double. Now goes to the other side. Back to the side where he scored 2 takedowns from this single leg. Back to that shin wizard. Is Wesley Davies. Had success with it last time. He's going to try to roll around and roll through and try to get a 5 out of this. If he can pull that leg that he's going for, if he can lock his hands and pull it to his chest, he can end up in a spladle is what he's going for. He's going for a spladle out of that. Herendeen doing a good job of just staying strong, staying solid. Keeping Davies from scoring. He picks up 2 more. It looks like the conclusion of this match is inevitable with 8 seconds left to go. Caden Herendeen on top of Wesley Davis. Final score 11-4. We are going to pick up 3 more points for the Blue Jays. Blue Jay team score is going to be 9-6.
Please welcome to the match from Guthrie, 126 pounds.
As we move back into our next matchup.
And for your Yellowjackets, make some noise for the senior, Drew.
At 120 pounds, Matt Gyrus of the Blue Jays. Bear with me as I work on this roster real quick. Matt Gyrus for the Blue Jays at 126 pounds against Drew Alden. 56 seconds left in this matchup. Bear with me, folks, as I catch up to what's on the board here. Drew Alden with a takedown, runs a snake here. Going for the fall against Matt Gyrus. Gets 2 points on the takedown. 37 seconds. Folks, we're down under 20 seconds. Matt's fighting hard down here. 15 seconds to go in the first period. He's got a fight here. Looks like going for the fall. He gets a reversal. He comes out of that. There's 3 near fall for Drew as it comes to a conclusion. Big change of events As we go into the second period, let me see what the referee does here. There would have been 3 near fall. Just a reversal. All right, so Matthew Jairus at the buzzer got the reversal, but no near fall. And Drew Alden took him down to his back for 5. Alden up and out for a point. As these guys get back to action. Single leg on the left side attempt by Matt Jairus. Going back for that same snake that he scored with in the first is Drew Alden. Jairus did a good job controlling the chin hand, pulling that thing down, making that move much harder to hit. You lose the head, you lose control. Jairus did a nice job fighting that. Jairus, a jiu-jitsu practitioner, came into wrestling to help his jiu-jitsu, so those positions there, fighting hands, he's naturally good at. Fighting off chokes, very similar to fighting off front headlocks. However, cradles are a different thing. Drew Alden picks up 2 more points with a cradle on Matt Jairus. Matt Jairus on his back now, fighting to get off. Tight cradle. Winner Drew Alden from Choctaw. Picks up 6 more points, puts the Yellowjackets up 12-9 over the Blue Jays. Looks like Dax Lopez is coming out for the Blue Jays. And then Connor Earwood is going to be wrestling at 132 pounds for Choctaw. Exciting matchup here as we get underway. As we pull up the match here, Dax Lopez of the Blue Jays taking on Connor Earwood of Choctaw Yellowjackets. Dax Johnson in on a high crotch on the right, well, his right side, left side for the Yellowjackets as they struggle for this position. Earwood trying to get around behind. Dax Lopez switches to a single leg. Now he's got it up. Connor Earwood doing a nice job defending this. Lopez switches to a double leg for the takedown. Nice transitions by Dax Lopez. Goes from a high crotch to a single leg to finish with a double. Tells you how good Connor Earwood is. Defended 2 of those takedowns until finally Lopez had to divert to a third. Chain wrestling nicely done by Lopez as we're down to 1:13 seconds. These wrestlers get back at it. Lopez grinding hard on top. Earwood coming up to his feet on bottom. Trying to get out. Lopez holds on, goes for a big lift. Earwood did a good job anchoring himself. Lopez gets him up and down, though. Back to the inside bar, arm, and bellied out. Lopez now in grind mode for the half. Trying to get the elbow high. If he can catch that elbow high, he can run that half over. Earwood peeling the hand nicely. Johnson's doing a good job staying parallel, keeping hips down. He's got the half on the far side. Switching back and forth from the left side half to the right side half. Back and forth. Earwood doing a good job defending. Strong kid on bottom. Now we're at the power half. As Earwood gets his hips back up, Lopez has to adjust. Going to try to break him back down. He's got the inside bar arm. Breaks him back down. Back to the power half he goes. Lopez on the half again. Running the head. Now to the cradle. Dax Lopez transitions well as Earwood gets to his feet. Gets one with 5 seconds left to go in the first period. Big escape by Connor Earwood late in the first period. Really was getting worked hard, but kept fighting. Found a way to get to his feet. Connor Earwood did a nice job on bottom. Not to mention Dax Lopez was going hard on top. Not just riding, trying to score. So hats off to both guys. Going into the second period, Dax Lopez chooses bottom. And we are back. Straight to his feet he goes. Earwood heavy on the right side. Going for the arm chop. Going to try to get that seatbelt ride. We've seen Choctaw do that all night. They're very good at that. Lopez doing a good job trying to maintain his base. Back to the chop arm. Earwood doing a nice job grinding on top here. Choctaw wrestlers tough on top all night. They have been very good. Lopez is going to have to work himself up in order to get out. He's got the bar arm. He's trying to catch that far wrist. He'll get a seatbelt ride where he can run a tilt, get a chicken wing, maybe run a half. We've seen all three variations of that same position. Lopez doing his best to get off bottom. Knee slide, comes up, hip heist, tries to hip heist out. Earwood catches him nearly on his back. Scary situation for Lopez, but Earwood did a nice job keeping pressure forward. Riding the ankle now is Connor Earwood. Lopez back to a knee slide to a stand-up. 54 seconds left in the second period. Dax Lopez still on bottom. Scores 2-1. Lopez is ready in position. Referee Kevin King ready to blow the whistle. And we're back to action. Easy stand-up for Lopez, but his arm got trapped on the way up. Notice when he came up, the arm was wrapped around his belly, had his near side arm. That seatbelt ride is something Choctaw has been running all night. Trying to get that bar arm again. Lopez doing a good job basing out. Staying on his base. Head lever now. Head lever now trying to get back to that chicken wing position. Really working hard to stay on top. Not just stay on top, but grinding on top here. Lopez working. He comes up hard with a nice knee slide, trying to get to his feet. But Connor Earwood not having any of it. Staying heavy on those hips, staying behind the arms, pulling those bar arms in, making it difficult for Lopez to gain any momentum. Every time he comes to his feet, he pulls that arm back, puts it on a seatbelt, and Lopez can't get away. So Lopez is forced to come back down to his base. We conclude the second period. Dax Lopez ended where he started on bottom. Connor Earwood's choice. He's going to go bottom. He's trailing 2-1 to Dax Lopez of Guthrie. Lopez got a takedown in the first and was able to ride out Connor Earwood. Earwood right to his feet, though. Peeling hands. Lopez drops to the single. Transitions to the double. But Earwood coming out, gets one. Going to tie this matchup. 2-2. Earwood with a double leg attempt. He's got a single leg on the left side, double leg. No points awarded, but Earwood came in with a nice double leg, had position, just ran out of real estate. 2-2 tied match. Remember, Dax Lopez scored a takedown in the first, and Earwood is caught up with two escapes. Another double leg, great block by Dax Lopez. He met that one with his head, which is the first line of defense. Connor Earwood, though, recovered, still able to pull up that double leg, and now he picks up 2 points for a takedown, and Dax Lopez finds himself on bottom, trailing by 2, and now he's in trouble. He's in the lead the first 2 periods, and Connor Earwood stayed in the match. Stayed in the match and now is grinding on top. Spent the whole second period on top. And expect for more of the same here, as he's keeping Dax Lopez bellied out. Lopez now on his knees, trying to clear his feet. Goes for a crossover Granby roll to no avail. Earwood rolls with him. Lopez got to get to his base and get a stand-up and get a simple escape. But Connor Earwood doing a nice job staying tight, sitting on the hip. Earwood's happy to just hold on here and ride. Dax Lopez is going to have to come up and make something happen with 20 seconds left to go. What was a very dominant match for Dax Lopez, well, a winning match for Dax Lopez has now changed hands to Connor Earwood. He's going to pick up a win here, really dominating from the mat. Top position said it all here. Able to grind out Dax Lopez for the victory. Connor Earwood picks up a big win. 3 more points on the board for the Yellowjackets of Choctaw, bringing this duel 15-9. 15-9. Up next for the Blue Jays is going to be Luke Lyons. Going to be wrestling at 138 pounds.
And at 138 pounds for Guthrie, the junior Luke Lyons. And for your Yellowjackets, please make some noise for the senior, Jaden Beechra.
Luke Lyons of the Blue Jays. Circles for inside control for the shot there. Taken by Jaden Vistra. Wrist ties and wrist control. Seen a few of the Choctaw wrestlers scoring on the junior high side, pulling these wrist ties. Perhaps that's something they work often. Luke Lyons with an arm drag attempt. No avail. These guys feeling each other out. Luke Lyons on a high crotch. Nice single leg pull to a high crotch. Cracks him down. Veenstra, though, cuts the corner. He's cutting the corner, trying to get around to the crotch lift on the backside. He's hooked over the leg. Lyons gets pulled up in a cradle. Gets pulled up in a cradle coming out of the high crotch. Veenstra pulls this off for the fall. Big win for Choctaw. Jaden Veenstra picks up the fall for the Yellowjackets. 6 more points on the board for the Yellowjackets. Makes this duel 21. For the Blue Jays, 9. Big win there.
At 144 pounds, please welcome to the mat from Guthrie, the senior, Cody Wilder.
Kobe Wilder takes the mat for the Blue Jays. On Cash Holstrom at 144 pounds. Wilder bumped up. They bumped up all these guys. Last 3 weights, moving them all up, trying to fill weights and get some points here against the Yellowjackets. Cash Holman with a takedown.
Holman.
With the leg in is Cash Holman. Now he's got a half on the far side in crab position. Look for him to roll backwards and try to throw this half up. He's going to throw Wilder's feet over his own head and roll it back into a half. Oftentimes it turns into a tilt, but sometimes this turns into a fall. Colby Wilder's got to be careful staying forward and digging that leg out. Cash Holman's going to try to keep his feet underneath and roll back and go for this half attempt. But Colby Wilder did a nice job just sitting back forward, sensing that's coming. But Holstrom happy to pull this back into crab right again. Crafty veteran here. Wilder's getting underneath that foot. Holstrom's going to try to catch his wrist to him. Wilder tries for the switch. And Holman able to end up back on top. Catch up the score here. I apologize for that. Cash Holman got the original takedown for 2, so current score's 2-0. Holman crafty on top. Rides legs and goes into crab. Not a common position for high school. He's doing a nice job there. Colby Wilder, though, doing a good job of sensing danger and just getting back to his base. Now he's getting back to his feet. Base building nicely. First period concluded. Colby Wilder's choice for Guthrie. He's going to go bottom. Try his hand again against this crafty Cash Holman. Guthrie coach Jaden Davenport felt Colby Wilder could get out on bottom. If he could get an escape, he'll give himself a better chance at possibly getting a takedown, getting out. But Cash Holman, crafty on top. Now he's got the bar arm chicken wing seatbelt. We've seen it all night. Wilder's going to have to get to his knees and posture. Left arm down, post to the outside. Easier said than done, as Holman looks like he's ran this before. He's going to try to walk around to his left side, step over the head. Wilder did a good job keeping his arm down, but now watch for Holman to try to pull the tilt on the far side. He's grinding into the right side. He's going to try to pull the tilt. So if he goes right, he's going to tilt. If he goes left, he's going to run the head. Either way, though, he's got this hooked up, and Wilder's in a bit of a pickle. There's that tilt. Kick the legs up. He's going to start getting a near fall count. Not a pinning position yet, but a points position for 3 near fall. for Cash Holman to go up 5-0. Colby Wilder back to his feet and brought back down to the mat. Wilder doing a good job now basing up. Cash Holman, very crafty on bottom. We saw him running legs and crab ride in the first, and then he switches it up to that bar arm chicken wing. Giving Colby Wilder plenty to think about. Wilder, a veteran senior, doing a pretty good job here on bottom, staying out of trouble, but now he goes back to another tilt. From that crossbody ride, a little Turk tilt with a crossface. Looks like Holman's going to pick up 3 more near fall for that turking tilt. Going for the power half now. Got the head tucked underneath. Wilder's going to have to base up hard here with 15 seconds to go. Dodges that bullet. Holman going for another Turk, trying to get some last-minute points. Gets a little high as Wilder tilts him up. We're going to finish the second period. Cash Holman on bottom currently with the major decision. If he wins by 8 or more, the team will earn 4 points instead of the normal 3. So Holman's trying to increase this lead. Wilder's trying to chase the lead down a little bit, not to give up so many team points for his partners. Now, Colby can lift in half here. That is a move that he likes to do, but Holman doing a good job just keeping his hips down for the reversal. Cash Holman increases his lead 10-0. Colby Wilder back on bottom, maintaining a base. Cash Holman's proven to be very good on top. Got that bar arm now on the inside. He's going to run it up, try to put it on his back for a hammerlock. Wilder did a good job staying on his knees there. It's hard to control a hammerlock when the bottom guy's on his knees. Wilder did a nice job staying in good position as to not give up any more points. But Holman now with that bar arm seatbelt ride. Look for him to try to, nope, looks like Wilder got it out. Holman keeping good pressure on top, as evidence with his rear end up in the air. That means all his pressure's down on his chest in the middle of the back of Colby Wilder, making it very difficult to move on bottom. Looks like he's got the bar arm, looking for that seatbelt again, not able to get it. Deep, tight waist, sticks heavy on those hips. Wilder gets set out, trying for that switch, not able to get it. Holstrom kept his shoulder high. Now he's putting Holman doing a good job just being a wet blanket at the moment, just keeping covered everything on Wilder's covered. The far arm, the near leg, the hips. Wilder doing a good job of maintaining his base and not giving anything up, but having a difficult time getting out. Wilder peeling hands now. Be short time. Trying to get up. He's back to his feet now. That's good. And Holstrom puts him back down with 10 seconds to go. Looks like we're going to end this matchup right here with Cash Holman. With Cash Holman at 144 pounds, gets the major decision over Colby Wilder. Current score of this duel, 25 points for the Choctaw Yellowjackets and 9 for the Guthrie Bluejays.
At 144 pounds for the Blue Jays, the freshman, Clayton Carey.
Up next for the Blue Jays, freshman Clayton Carey.
And for your Yellowjackets, please put it together for the senior, Gage Guthrie.
Gage Guthrie. I'm going to call him Gage this entire match because I do not want to get him confused with our team in Guthrie. So Gage is taking on Clayton Carey. Clayton Carey, the freshman out of Guthrie. Had a good weekend last weekend, won several matches, big national tournament in Enid. Wrestling the upperclassman senior Gage Guthrie. Going to try his hand against this upperclassman as Gage Guthrie into underhooks, doing a good job blocking. These boys feeling each other out. Club attempt, good hand fighting here by Clayton Carey. Not backing down to the upperclassman. Gage does a nice job lowering his level and blocking with his head and his hands. And Clayton Carey comes in. Clayton Carey coming in. Peek out attempt here. Shoots in, peeks out, comes out the backside. Has Clayton Carey on his back. Gage Guthrie with the takedown. Big takedown. Clayton Carey doing a good job, and now back to the snake attempt. Gage trying to get what he can here. Exciting matchup here so far. Coming down to under 5 seconds. And that is time of the first period. Gage Guthrie did a nice job. He shoots, he peeks out, catches Clayton Carey on his back. Ends up getting near fall for 3, but Clayton Carey fights off his back. Able to get the escape for 1. Gage Guthrie picks bottom as we start this second period. Clayton Carey on top. Tech 10 seconds come off the clock. Clayton Carey back on top now. Tries the bar arm. Gage with a roll here. Read well by Clayton Carey. Gage Guthrie's got a great base on bottom. Very solid. Clayton Carey on top. He's got that 2-on-1 bar arm on the left side. Look for him to try to use that to break Gage down. And look for Gage to maintain a stiff base on bottom. Although he's not come out yet, he has not gone near to his belly. Doing a good job basing with his knees. Very, very low base. Clayton Carey staying on top, staying on the hips good. Gage fighting for hands as he's getting hand control, trying for that roll again. Carey floated well. Now Gage coming up on bottom. Started to make an attempt. Now Clayton Carey with a cross. Had a crossface forearm, swinging for a hard crossface. Gage to his feet. Clayton Carey lifts and returns as we wrestle towards the out-of-bounds mark. Gage Guthrie so far not able to get out on bottom as Clayton Carey rides tough here on top. Crossface forearm. As we go out of bounds here with 24 seconds left in the second period. Carey able to break him down now to his belly as Gage Guthrie stuck on bottom. Carey was able to break his base there momentarily and get him to his belly. That's where he'll have a better chance of scoring. Gage very crafty on bottom. He's tried a couple of rolls. Doesn't look like he's going to get anything here. We're going to finish the second period as we started. Score still 5-1. Clayton Carey is going to go on bottom. Going to need to get out here and make something happen as he's trailing Gage Guthrie by 4 points. Carey straight to his feet. Gage drops down to the single leg. Position here. Gage is going to have to continue to move, being that technically he's still a wrestler on top. He could get called for stalling if he just holds on to this leg. Possibly a stalemate by the referee, but they're still wrestling. Clayton Carey doing what he can to get out on bottom here. Gage Guthrie just holding on here, trying to maintain this position and get a stalemate call or keep Clayton Carey on bottom. Clayton Carey digging for that crossface, ends up getting put back down to his hips, but now he gets right back to the same position. 2-point reversal for Clayton Carey of Guthrie. Now he is on top, trailing by 2 to Gage Guthrie of Choctaw. Carey lets him go. Trying to create some action here. Current score 6-3. Gage Guthrie dives in on a shot. Gets the leg of Clayton Carey. We're down under 40 seconds left in this matchup. Gage putting Clayton Carey in danger of a fall, which would be a big deal for Choctaw to pick up 6 more team points. Currently, he's in 3-point territory for his team, but if he can put Clayton Carey in danger, that could be a problem. Now, he's got this single leg. He's trying to elevate it. Not able to score any points here. Look for Clayton Carey to go for something big. Really nothing to lose here. He's trailing by 3. Takedown won't do it. He's got to score something big. As Gage Guthrie gets warned for stalling as he gets pushed out of bounds. 3 seconds to go. Both athletes working hard and slowing down. 3 seconds to go. And that will conclude the match. Gage Guthrie of Choctaw victorious over Clayton Carey of Guthrie 6-3. It's going to be 3 more points on the board for Choctaw. Current score, Choctaw Yellowjackets, 28 points leading over the Guthrie Bluejays. 9 points, 28-9 for Choctaw.
Please put your hands together for the freshman, Roston Usselton.
Roston Usselton
And for your Yellowjackets, the junior
of the Bluejays.
Jory Garrett.
Taking on Jory Garrett at 157 pounds. Jory in on a deep single leg. Lifts Roston Usselton to his back. Gets 2 points for the takedown. As he now goes to work on top. Trying to put a leg in here. Choctaw been very good on top tonight. We've seen everything from chicken wings to bar arm tilts. A lot of leg riding by the Choctaw Yellowjackets on the varsity high school side. So we're 1 minute and 17 seconds on the clock. Roston Usselton trails. Jory Garrett of the Yellowjackets tries to hit a Granby roll. Gets caught nearly on his back and now go for the head lever is Jory Garrett. Roston bases up hard here, gets to his feet. Now he's reaching for the far arm. Watch for Jarrett to try a spladle. Here's what he's going for. Going for a spladle. Roston's able to reverse that position and pick up 2 points. Nice job by Usselton here. As Jarrett now spinning for the sit-out, turn-in from bottom. He's peeking out here. Looking to get a reversal. Ends up giving away getting one, I'm sorry. Jory Garrett gets 1. Roston Usselton now trailing 2-3. Garrett in with Jarrett's in with a. Both athletes hand fighting hard. There's the underhook by Jory Garrett. They go out of bounds with 13 seconds left on the clock. Roston Usselton in with a single leg. Hits the high crotch, but Jory Garrett cuts the corner, steps over. We run out of time here. No points change. We saw a similar high crotch attempt. Dax Lopez earlier tonight hits a high crotch. No, I'm sorry. Luke Lyons hit the high crotch. And the Choctaw wrestler cut the corner, stepped over, pulled a cradle. So something very similar about happened there to Roston Usselton of Guthrie. Choctaw wrestlers very savvy on the defensive side of the takedowns. As Jory Garrett's running a very nasty half here on top. He's got Roston Usselton in some pretty deep half here as he's running out to the side. Shoulders caught, head is under. Roston's posting hard and gritting it out, pulling the hand off. Now grabbing that leg, looking for that reversal that he got the last time. Jory Garrett's really, really high here as Usselton's trying to step over. Jory Garrett's getting high, and Usselton's doing a good job of kind of cutting the corner and cheating that leg. Minute 22 left in the second. Roston Usselton's on bottom. Jory Garrett's on top. Usselton straight to his feet. Jarrett's got the leg in. Now he's going to get called for stalling if he doesn't use that leg. Able to break him back down and go for the tilt here. That bar arm seatbelt tilt. We've seen it all night from Choctaw. Now Roston Usselton finds himself there, able to get out. Watch for the spladle here. Jarrett's wanting the spladle if he can get down and get it. And he's going for it. He's going for it. He's got the crotch. If he can pull that knee high, he's going to drop down to the spladle if he can get it. He's got the crotch. If you watch, Jory Garrett's going to try to pull that knee to the chest of Usselton. If he can pull the knee to the chest of Usselton, he'll get this spladle. And there it is, banana split into the spladle. Doesn't quite have it. He's too high on the thigh, but Usselton now able to reverse the situation. No back points awarded. Same position we were in not long ago in the second. 2 points for Roston Usselton of Guthrie. For the lead, it's 4-3 in the second period. Down under 12 seconds to go. Jarrett with a nice sit out to a Peterson roll. Picks up 2 reversal. Back points are being counted. Got a 2 count. Going into the third period, a lot of action there. Jory Garrett was down by 1, gets a 4-point reversal on a Peterson roll to get himself back in the lead. He has been good on bottom all night. Usselton gets too high. He hits that little sit-out turn-in. Gets himself a big reversal in the first. Got himself a big reversal there in the second. Jory Garrett now on bottom. Roston Usselton on top, down by 3. Usselton's going to need a turn here. He's got a half. He's got a deep half. Jory Garrett's doing a good job here of peeling that hand and fighting. Garrett's trying to maintain his base here. Usselton running half on the far side. He's got a far side half. And now he's peeking out the backside. He's done a good job all night of getting himself peeked out. Usselton gets too high. And Jarrett gets the escape. Here it is again. Escape for 1, not for 2, as we've seen in the past. But he's done a 1-point escape, a 2-point escape, and a 4-point escape. So Jory Garrett's done a nice job scoring points on bottom. I guess 2 of those weren't escapes. They were reversals. But Usselton now in on a single leg. Really desperate, just trying to make anything work. Down low on that single leg, cut in the corner. Referee calls potentially dangerous. Did not like the angle. Did not like the angle of that knee. As I try to catch up here on the time, guys, I do apologize. One of the hardest things for me to do is pay attention. Roston Usselton trails by 3. Jory Garrett. Nice pass by, attempt into a big headlock. Throws Usselton to his back for 2 takedown. He's going to pick up near fall if he doesn't get the fall. 3 points will be awarded. Now it's the pin. That's 6 more points for Choctaw's team. Not what the Blue Jays wanted to see, as the team score goes 34-9.
Now to the mat at 165 pounds.
165. Bryson Hall at 165 for the Blue Jays.
From Choctaw, Aiden
Thielen for Choctaw, 165-pound matchup. That's where we're headed here. Two very veteran wrestlers. Both these kids been wrestling quite some time. Many years of experience out on the mat right now. It'll be a good matchup and a good match. Aiden Thielen, a senior. Bryson Hall, the junior. Both guys familiar with winning. As they fight for inside ties, feeling each other out. Inside tie by Bryson Hall. Neither wrestler's taken a risk quite yet. Feeling each other out. Look for somebody to attempt something here. We're down around the minute mark. These guys are both trying to figure out what they're wanting to do. Inside ties now by Aiden Thielen. Bryson Hall with the outside tie on that elbow on our near side, which you can see in the camera here. He's going to try to use that elbow, but Thielen doing a good job fighting back inside on the other side. Nice tap to go, single leg on the near side for Bryson Hall. Comes around, Thielen trying to hold on to the whizzer. Bryson Hall comes out of that to a single leg on the far side. Good chain wrestling here. Thielen did a good job defending and holding that arm. Bryson Hall just redirects it to the other side. Back to that shin whizzer. Bryson Hall picks up 2 points. He had to work for that one. Thielen did a good job defending, but Bryson Hall, nice job chain wrestling, moving from one thing to the other. Gets himself a takedown for 2. Now he's on top. Going to work. Thielen broke down to his belly. Going to have a lot of work to get back to his feet. He's going to have to get to his knees first. Bryson Hall staying heavy on those hips to finish out the first period, 2-0. It's going to be Thielen's choice. He defers. Goes back to Guthrie. Bryson Hall chooses bottom position. Bryson Hall at Guthrie is leading the match 2-0. Going into this matchup, it's 34-9 is the team score. The Choctaw Yellowjackets leading the Guthrie Bluejays. Bryson Hall doing a nice job getting to his feet here from that tripod. Now he's peeling hands. Thielen sitting on the ankle trying to hold on. Now he's to his feet. Hall doing a good job tripod and just maintain a good position here. He's going to look for him to explode once he gets the hands out. Thielen doing a good job on the outside, keeping pressure down. Hall circles as they go out of bounds into a scramble. Bryson Hall win for a Granby. Thielen shut him down as they go out of bounds. Back to action, quick to his feet. Bryson Hall, good whistle move. Crossover Granby roll for the 1. Up 3-0. Thielen now pushing hard. Inside ties, goes for a single leg on, goes for the high crotch. Bryson Hall blocks, sprawls, reshoots. Action continues in the center, no points scored yet. Thielen putting a lot more pressure on now. He's down by 3. His coach is over in Choctaw, Benny Coleman, encouraging him to get some action going. Nice pass by Bryson Hall to the 2 points. Nicely done, Bryson Hall. Thielen tied up hard and pushed. Bryson Hall passed by, catches the back, lifts and loads, drops down for 2. Thielen now stuck on bottom, much like he was at the end of the first, struggling to get off his belly. He bases up now. Bryson Hall lifting the leg. He's going to try to elevate that ankle and then put in his left leg, it looks like, but maybe he's going to choose to just work the hands here as Thielen wrestles towards the out of bounds, wanting to get a fresh start. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. We're down under 10 seconds now as Bryson Hall grinding away on top of Aiden Thielen. Nice cross face here to finish out the period. We're going to jump up to the third. Aiden Thielen, his choice in the third. He's going to pick bottom, trailing Bryson Hall of Guthrie 5-0. Thielen jumps right to his feet, and he's out for one. Thielen with the escape, tries to pass by of his own. Bryson Hall, the big double leg on the edge of the mat. 1 minute, 47 seconds to go. Thielen's going to have to pressure now. He's down by 4. Bryson Hall, same. Stutter double leg. Nicely done. Picks up 2 more. He's going to cut Thielen for 1. Looks like Hall's going to try to get the major decision here. Coach Davenport over here on the Guthrie side really encouraging Bryson Hall to get some more points for his team. They're going to need it if they're going to win this duel. Thielen now with his back to the edge of the circle. Hall's going to have to try to shoot him out of bounds here. Center back up where he can get some more points. Getting down near a minute. In on the double leg. Transitions to the single. He's trying to circle to his left. Thielen with a big whizzer. With a big shelf. Bryson Hall for 2 more takedown. As they go out of bounds. Bryson Hall lets Thielen go. We're going to come back into neutral. Current score 9-3, I believe. 9-3. Bryson Hall needs a takedown here to get the major decision. In on a low level. Right side low level shot. A little harder to finish here. Thielen's very crafty, grabbing ankles. Low level singles easier to get than they are to finish, but Bryson Hall able to finish. 11 points. 11-3, I believe, is the official score. 11-3 should be the official score. That's going to be enough for a major decision. Bryson Hall rides this one out with 10 seconds left to go. He will pick up the major decision over Aiden Thielen, giving his team much-needed bonus point wins.
And your winner at 165 pounds with the major decision of the Guthrie Bluejays, their junior, Bryson Hall.
Current team score, 13 points for the Guthrie Bluejays and 34 for the Choctaw Yellowjackets, who are in a commanding lead thus far in the duel. Big win. Bonus point win for the Blue Jays. In the last matchup, Tyler Gettings, 175 is the matchup here. Tyler Gettings of the Blue Jays is taking on Thomas Acosta of the Yellowjackets. Get into the match score here. Tyler Gettings with a big takedown.
Gettings with the takedown for 2.
Gets 2 points as I catch up on the score here. Tyler with a bar arm far side. Now he's going for a big cradle. Tyler long and lanky. He's got a cradle hooked up on the far side. Pulling Acosta back. He's got the cradle. He's got the near fall. Can he pick up the pin here? He's got to squeeze Acosta really rocking hard here. Really trying to get out. For the fall as Tyler Gettings picks up 6 for the Blue Jays.
With the ball, the senior from Guthrie, Tyler Gettings.
Big win for Tyler Gettings of the Blue Jays, bringing that score 19-34 as we move on now into 100 pounds.
Now to the 190-pounders, please welcome to the mat from Guthrie, the sophomore, Mason Russell.
Mason Russell making his varsity debut for the Blue Jays. At 190 pounds is going to take on Asher Walls. Mason Russell comes to us from the jiu-jitsu world, much like Matt Gyrus did. Picked up wrestling as a form of competitive combat experience. Look at the wrestling mat. Looks like Asher Walls is going to hook up a cradle here. Got this thing tight. And he picks up the fall. It's going to bump the team score here. Choctaw Yellowjackets 40 against Guthrie Bluejays 19.
15 pounds from Guthrie, Eli Maroney. And for your Yellowjackets, put your hands together for the junior, Matt.
Moving on to 215 pounds. Eli Maroney of the Blue Jays is going to take on Matt Loudenslager. Two big boys getting after it here. Scrambles to his back, through his back, and back off his back is Eli Maroney. If you've watched much of Eli Maroney, that's a pretty common occurrence. Fireman's carry to a short carry dump for an inside trip attempt. Loudenslager did a nice job rolling through that, or at least floating through that. Eli Maroney nearly had everything he needed to get a 5-point takedown. Didn't get any points for it at all. Just bowls through. Very physical match so far. Maroney done a lot of forward pressure, a lot of running over, and Loudenbacher just weathering the storm, doing a good job keeping this match tied up. Maroney for a double leg attempt. Now Loudenbacher for a double leg. Maroney's got him in a front headlock here. One for a leg. Pulls a single leg out of a front headlock. Now he's running him over to his back. Eli Maroney for a 2-point takedown. Got him on his back. Matt Loudenbacher is on his back, on the edge of the mat, fighting off. Eli Maroney fighting hard here to get the fall for his team. Very tight. Now he's got the reverse headlock, picking up the head, picks up the fall. Eli Maroney with the pin for the Blue Jays.
For the Blue Jays, the senior, Eli Maroney.
It's going to bring the current score for this matchup. 40 points for Choctaw, 25 points for the Guthrie Blue Jays. Duel's gone by quick tonight, several quick pins. As this match kicks off at the heavyweight, senior Nick Herendeen going to be taking on Levi Schatzwell of Choctaw. Minute 40 to go here. Nick Herendeen with a snap down, go behind, no points yet. Reaches down for a single leg. And that's going to be 2 points. Nick Herendeen of the Blue Jays. Loudenslager on bottom now. Herendeen grinding on top. Kind of going for a cradle here. Not sure if the big man can pull it off. Loudenslager's doing a good job basing up, though. Posted, now he's tripod. Herendeen's grinding away on top here. With the breakdown to his belly. Much more difficult position to get off of now. Loudenslager does a nice job basing up. Hard for big guys to do as we get under a minute. Current score 2-0. Nick Herendeen of Guthrie in the lead of Levi Schatzwell. Herendeen's breaking him down now with that ankle ride, puts him back on his belly, but Schatzwell comes right back up to his belly. Right back up to his base. He's doing a good job of basing up. Very difficult for big guys to do. As Herendeen grinds away on top, we're under 25 seconds in the first period. Herendeen looking to get a half, looking to get a arm over his head, something to get Schatzwell on his back, but so far, Schatzwell done a nice job of maintaining his base down here. As this match comes to a conclusion, not this match, this period, we find Nicholas Herendeen of Guthrie winning 2-0 over Levi Schatzwell of Choctaw. Guthrie goes down. Choctaw on top. Herendeen with a nice stand-up hip heist. Gets one for the escape, two more for the takedown for a quick 5-0 lead. That was a quick 3 points. Escape jumps right back in to the takedown. Just some very good chain wrestling. Now he's got that arm barred up. He's trying to run the head here to get him over. Schatzwell doing a good job of staying strong. Herendeen pulls him over on his back now. Getting near fall. Scissors the head, illegal hold from the top position. Not sure, he did get 2 points before the legal hold. So 2 near fall were awarded before the illegal hold. So Schatzwell, you cannot scissor the head. And Nick Herendeen ran the head and scissored it, therefore that was a violation. He loses a point for that. Because he already had 2 points, the referee awarded those. Schatzwell goes back on bottom with a free start. Herendeen back on top, and we get back to live action. Herendeen breaks him back down. Herendeen with a big half now, runs that half over. This is trouble for Schatzwell. Big man on top, big pin on top. Nicholas Herendeen picks up the fall. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. To conclude this duel, we'll come back with the post-game show. Tonight's break brought to you by F&M Bank.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
All right, folks, as we are back, conclusion of this deal, post-fight game show is brought to you by Generations Church. We appreciate Generations Church for sponsoring this duel tonight, sponsoring this broadcast here on GNP Network. Quick duel tonight as we wait for Coach Davenport to finish talking with his guys. We're going to bring to you interview with Coach Davenport, report on the duel, as well as talk to the wrestler of the evening. We picked out a nice young freshman, had a heck of a match tonight. But Guthrie Bluejays came to Choctaw to face the Yellowjackets in a duel. Came up short as the Yellowjackets come out on top 40 points to 25. Really the key matchups, we had a couple of big pins, big 6-point bonus wins. It became unexpected. I think Guthrie expected to win a couple of those matches that they lost. Choctaw came out hard, good on top, good on their feet. Choctaw was able to pick up some big bonuses. Very well coached team. Coach Benny Coleman, been here 39 years, and it shows. His program is very seasoned, did a very nice job. Coach Jaden Davenport of the Blue Jays is doing a great job here as well. And getting these Blue Jays, young team, a lot of good matchups for Choctaw. Seniors versus freshmen, they were able to pick up some big bonus wins. So just want to give a shout out to those guys that are competing. Everyone that competed tonight, it's tough. I know Phil and I talked about it last week. Getting out on the mat in a singlet in front of all these people, half of them strangers, half of them people you know, and competing can be very difficult. But Choctaw tonight comes out victorious. Junior high, Choctaw won convincingly against the young Guthrie junior high team. And Choctaw wins again at the high school as well. As we gather up the coaches and the wrestler of the night, we're going to go back to another commercial break brought to you by F&M Bank.
At Terry Insure Group, you'll be held by lifelong Blue Jay fans. Seth Robbins, Jason Herzl, and Dennis Oaks aren't limited to any single provider. We'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terry Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terry Insure Group at 405-293-4880 or stop by at 622 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terry Insure Group, insuring your world.
Tina and Stefan and the entire staff, they are who you see them be. I mean, they're genuine people. They care about people. They've spent their entire lives in healthcare.
I can honestly say I'm 65 years old, and I'm probably in the best health I've been in my whole life, to be honest with you. And it's thanks to Stefan and his staff here, because everything they've done for me is just worked tremendously.
I just highly recommend Strive to anybody who's wanting to see a real improvement in their overall health, to be quite frank, their quality of life.
All right, guys, post-fight interview tonight brought to you by North Church. I am here live with Aiden Smith, wrestler of the night, North Church wrestler of the night. Aiden, freshman year, come out against an upperclassman. First big win of the season. How's it feel to get that big win?
It feels amazing. First time as a freshman, too. I thought I was going to lose, honestly, but I did have heart, and I prayed to God, and he helped me out with this match.
Awesome. So you came out like a ball of fire. It was awesome. You hit a nice high crotch. You come back with another takedown on a single leg. Kind of faded late, but were able to just keep coming and score again big at the end. Were you nervous going into the end of that match as he started to come in close, or were you just hyped up knowing as much success as you had early that you'd be able to hold on to the win?
I was pretty happy about how it was going till I was on bottom and I started getting a little bit broken down. But then I had faith, and I started going harder and harder as I could without my gas tank running out.
That's awesome. Now, last week you were in Eden, Mid-America's big tournament, big national tournament. You had a lot of matches. Didn't win all those matches, but you got a lot of experience. How did that experience help you overcome tonight?
It helped me with some of the things I did wrong. I watched over some of my films that I did wrong, and I improved on those moves and what I did.
Awesome. Well, Aiden, great job tonight. Church wrestler of the night. And let me bring in Coach Davenport here. Without the big production crew, guys, we are back and forth a little bit. All right, so our coaches interview of the night brought to you by John Vance. We appreciate John Vance for all that they do. Coach, just walk us through the duel tonight and what your overall thoughts are.
I think we wrestled tough in a lot of situations. We make a lot of mental mistakes this duel that came back and cost us, especially from our younger guys that's just coming in that are freshmen. They still got to break those bad habits that they created in the youth league and in junior high that we're trying to break, and that's came back and bit us in the butt. Our upper guys did what they needed to do, but our younger guys in that middle, we got to win those close matches. We got to dig deep. A lot of those kids were on the ropes, and we just got to smell blood and go hunting. That's really all we got to do. Get a little life from them fading and come back and get the job done. And this duel is a different score.
Now, Coach, I know dual team isn't our strength this season for sure. We definitely have a tournament team, but really, the tournament this past weekend in Enid, big national tournament. Talk us. How did your guys do, and how did that experience help? Tonight, just kind of preparing these guys for the season.
Mid-America is a tough tournament. It's one of the toughest in the state. You can see teams from all over the country: Utah, Washington, Kansas. You name it. There's teams there, and it's great about it because every single body gets about like 6 to 8 matches, and they get to get that experience to get put into these adversity that, when it gets later on in the season, that we learn to adapt, and we're not there for the first time later on in the season, that we embrace that now and learn how to wrestle in those tough, close matches.
All right, Coach, last thing for me, just Guthrie's schedule is a tough schedule, and it's designed that way on purpose, and it gets those guys prepared for state tournament. We wrestle Tuesday night. Go down to Duncan Thursday night to compete in a duel, and then the Duncan tournament, 2-day tournament next weekend. Just talk to us about what our expectations are moving into that Duncan run.
I think the expectations stays the same. We always just want to go and just compete and fight and have no quit in us. We want to put ourselves in these tough matches, so when it gets later on to regionals and state, when it really matters, that we're not there for the first time. Our schedule's built this way so we get better and we learn from all the mistakes that we make early on, and so we're not making that when it comes to regionals and state. So, we build a schedule. We want to wrestle the best, not only to better our guys, but so when it gets down to later in the year, we try to make our regional state tournament the easiest tournament. I was told by one of my coaches that I grew up with, he said, you need to try to make your regionals and state the easiest tournament. By doing so, you do your kids a favor, because when they go into that, they're not, deer in the headlights. When they face those tough, gritty matches, when they have to grind out those one-point matches or go get that one takedown with 30 seconds left, we've been there and we've done that. So that's what we try to put our kids in those situations. So when it gets down to that stuff, that we can get the job done and actually go out and get the dub.
Well, Coach, good job tonight. A lot of good things we saw. We will see you back again Thursday night in Duncan, and good luck.
Thank you.
Yep.
Go Blue Jays.
All right, guys, that was Coach Jaden Davenport with the John Vance coach's interview. We're going to take one more break We're going to take one more break here as we conclude the night. We'll come back for the post-game show, and we will wrap things up. Tonight's break brought to you by F&M Bank.
F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services: mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. A light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
All right, guys, we are back here live inside of Choctaw's high school gymnasium, where the Choctaw Yellowjackets hosted the Guthrie Bluejays in a duel that ended up Choctaw 40 points, Guthrie 25. I've been live with you all night here. Sean Silvis, there I am, alongside Chris Wilder was nice enough to, there's Chris back there in the background. He was nice enough to run the camera for us. Not the night that Guthrie was looking for, But down a couple of wrestlers, gave up a couple of big bonus wins and some key matchups. But Choctaw, tough as always. Benny Coleman runs a stiff program here, has always done a nice job with that. There's starting 190-pounder Wesley Silvis walking into the camera for us. But no, just thank you guys all for tuning in here. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, those that are sponsoring this broadcast. Bank First, F&M Bank, North Church, John Vance Generations Church. We got Mercy Hospital, South Point Baptist Church, and A-Team Overhead Doors. We really appreciate their contribution and their willingness to support this broadcast so that we can bring you Guthrie Wrestling. Also, gold member sponsors for the Booster Club that are helping out our wrestlers individually, keeping these guys fed on the road, roomed in hotels, and lots of gear and everything that they need to compete. Dr. Don's Chiropractic. Dr. Don is doing so much more than just sponsoring. We appreciate all that she does. Carey Electric and that whole Carey family, just everything they're doing for the Booster Club and for wrestling has been great. Second Banana Media is on board now, and we really appreciate all that Second Banana Media is doing to help support our wrestlers. Grace Construction back on board this year as well. We want to thank them for helping out. Be Well Acupuncture has come on board to help, and we do appreciate them sponsoring our Booster Club this year. Mosquito Authority, Mosquito and Pest Authority. Ronnie Phillips is going to take care of all your pest and mosquito needs. If you want to give him a call, we really appreciate Ronnie coming on board and helping out wrestling. He's got a couple of little wrestlers himself, along with his contributions. KO Property Development hopped on this year as well to help support our wrestlers. We want to thank them. Also, Nelson Monument Company. The Nelsons have been wrestling supporters since the beginning. Thesa being one of our first Little League coaches to help Curtis Jarena start things, and now Nelson Monument Company has been a big sponsor for many, many years. We appreciate that. Topco Cabinets is also on board for helping as well, and we appreciate all that. From Topco, get a little hug from Nick there. And Topco Cabinets on board now. They got a couple grandkids wrestling, and we do appreciate all their support and all that they do. Before I get kicked out of here tonight, I better just tear down and get out of here. Again, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. I want to thank all of our sponsors for helping out this program and all that we're trying to do here. We appreciate all that they do. Thanks again to Choctaw. Thanks again to the coaching staff here, to AD Michael Hessman, head coach Benny Coleman, for being such good host. We will catch you next time. Next Thursday night in Duncan, we will be live again. We will see you there, and go Blue Jays.